Amma. Yes, respected dear sadhakas, welcome. Let us be aware of the purpose for which we are seated here. The purpose is very keenly, very deeply, with full concentration and shraddha. We are listening to Shastras so that what is indicated as the goal by the Shastra, what is indicated as the ultimate thing to be achieved, as experienced it and told by the Rishimuni Parampara, that thing we are seated here to get clear understanding about. And also, our purpose is to know as much clearly as possible in all details as to how to reach to that goal. These two things are technically called as the Sadhya Nishtha and Sadhana Nishtha. Sadhya Nishtha means first we should know this is the Sadhya Vastu and this is the only Sadhya Vastu. Like in the morning class we have seen ki asti eva asti rupena eva, and therefore Paramatma is asti. What is the meaning of it? Is ki other than Paramatma, everything is only bhati but not asti. Bhati means appearing, asti means reality. In reality, they are all nasti, but only they are appearing bhati only. They are not asti. Therefore, a simple common sense thought that which is either na asti or only bhati, how can it be the goal? And what is really asti? How can it be not the goal? Think about it. This is what our spiritual shastras, satsangas, as a great gift they give to us. So far, we are all taking something or the other of this world as the goal, and we are putting efforts. We are reaching there also. But having gone there, it is empty. From far off distance, it appeared to be something true, real, substantial. Having reached there, we see, अरे यहाँ तो कोई है ही नहीं. Then again, we are taking something else as the goal, something else as the goal. All of them are, by all means, the mind projected things only, not realities. If this one thing clicks to us, we have blessed ourselves. How can mind projected things be real? Like you all have to love me. It's a mind's projection. Therefore, whatever I struggle in my life, I can never get fulfillment of this because it's my mind's projection. Not whether you love or not, that's secondary. In the same way, everything in the world, mind's projection cannot be the goal. So, in this way, through studying the Upanishads, through thoroughly studying the Bhagavata, the Purana, we have to know there is one Vastu called as Paramatma. We have to know that that alone is real. Anything other than is only mithya projected. Therefore, if at all we have to try to reach out or gain something, it has to be only Paramatma. And luckily, fortunately, by all other goal and goal achievements, what we wanted to get, what we want to get, all of them are gained when this Paramatma is gained. Therefore, there need not be any struggle, any worry or misery. यार मैंने जगत को गोल समझा, लेकिन आपने मेरे को निकाल दिया गोल जगत से. जगत गोल नहीं बोला, परमात्मा बोला आपने गोल. मैं तो लगाया परमात्मा का गोल. But if I reach to him, I may not reach it. The other thing. Like the youngsters feel that, no, I have become doctor, but I want to become engineer. So once you become doctor, you can't be engineer. One is over, you can't be the other. You are engineer, you can't be a other one. So here, that problem will not be there because in the prapti of Paramatma, everything else is prapta. See the advantage. In the prapti of any other thing, like I become doctor, other things I miss. and the reality also is miss, and that thing I which I became to get something from it, that is always alluring only, it will never come. It will never come because it's all imaginary. If at all Ananda comes, even in all of them, that is coming from the self only, from the reality. So reality से ही आनंद आता है अगर आना है तो. In this way, while studying the Shastra, the purpose of Shastra is to know the Sadhya and to have the Nishtha in the Sadhya. Okay? This alone must is my goal. Exclusive. Even Lord now tomorrow comes and says कि बेटा देखो ये वाला वो वाला दिखा रहा हूँ, उसको तुम गोल बनाओ. You have to tell God, God, you are making me goal by golmal. I can't please. I have only one goal, and that is you. That is called the sthiti of Prahalada, sthiti of Nachiketa, ityad. Now the Raja Muchukunda will see in 10th Skandha. After that, the sadhana nishtha, which takes more time. Because first we have to gather all the data. Then we have to think about where do we stand. Then, depending on what we stand, what are the sadhana step by step are useful to me, applicable to me, I must know. If one is a highly intellectual being, in few readings, few studies, few understandings, he can chalk out his path for himself. Or the one who's totally surrendered to the Guru and asks from him, Hey Guru, where do I stand? What are the steps to be done? For these two people, that much time will not take for the sadhana nishtha. Sadhana nishtha also, for that sadhya, this is a sadhana, this alone is the sadhana. Like I made that as my goal, I must reach. This also I make as I must follow, I will follow. That's called nishtha in the sadhana. Commitment, simple word in English, but that doesn't give that much joy as much as the word nishtha of Sanskrit gives us. So, when we are in the class, when we are keen about these things, and when we are bringing our faculties of ears to listen, mana to feel, buddhi to do vicharana, chitta to retain the knowledge, and aham to surrender, I tell you, you need not do any other sadhana. In this only, all sadhanas, fulfillments keep on happening to give ourselves a chance to train ourselves in these things that we are seated here every day, morning and evening for these classes. It is not a passing of time or wasting of time. It is the most sublime, most valuable, most important, most fruitful, the best of the processes or things which the God and Guru is giving only to we few exclusive lucky people. Only few lucky. All are, there are millions in the world, not as fortunate as we are. Especially, maybe we are selected by for this by the Lord because of our Pura Janma Sukruti and all that. Sukrutam. Otherwise, where are we? Where is Bhagavatam? Where are these studying of every chapter from 1,000 days unbroken? And here we are in 12th Skandha. Can't we see Guru's and Paramatma's Krupa in and through? I to see only that it is not our effort or our qualification or any other things. So feel that thing. Maybe the Lord is choosing us for this thing for something. His work also, our evolution also. And then luckily we few who are regular, without any restraints or restrictions or any type of hesitations, we are regularly coming and listening also. Many came, many went away. They deserve only that much, but we are really blessed. So it's not a ego boasting, it is feeling that pride that Bhagavan has given this opportunity to us. That is not a negative pride, a self-respect creating pride, a more committed method of commitment giving pride it is. That way, let us focus and make full use of these 2 hours in our classes, morning also, evening also. And don't worry about what others say. They are only there to say something. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. Second is, don't listen to the mind also. That it says it is heavy, it is boring. Let us have one excuse today to discontinue or other. That cheating mind को एक डंडा मारना. तीसरी very important बात, Don't listen to the ego. Ego says, so long we have heard, but nothing happened. That stupid ego only never allowed us to do chintanam, contemplation, sadhana. And that ego only says now, कि इतने साल से सुन रहे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. Tell that ego, you shut up, you only did not cooperate with me. And then know it. The process is lengthy, takes time. Let us give it. If you want quick result, then there's other quick way of doing it. Give up every other work. Just have food twice a day, 24 hours. Only involve in that. Then you can reduce the time taken for the result to come. But do it. And I always think, whenever I think about this, whenever this thought comes, why the self is not realized, so why it is taking so much time? Immediately answer comes, is it such a cheap thing or what? Point one is that. Second is what? Just by giving talks or doing little puja, japa, dhyana, how do you expect that the self will come so early? That also, what is the depth of sadhana, commitment of sadhana you are doing? So superficial, and you pay for the brass, you ask for the diamond and gold. कर क्या रहे हैं कि हमको तुरंत मिल जावे? कोई विषय वस्तु को त्याग किया, कोई निद्रा को त्याग किया, कोई अनवांटेड इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन द वर्ल्ड त्याग किया, कोई भोग का त्याग हुआ क्या? Involving in everything. And where have we done any of the sadhana with commitment? Which text with homework we studied at home and became master of at least one shloka? एक 50,000 श्लोक पढ़े हम 3 साल से. 50,000 क्या, 1 लाख तक पढ़े. बिकॉज तुलसी वाल्मीकि 24,000, भागवत पूरा एक बार हो गया 18,000, फिर दूसरी बार हो रहा है. देन मेनी अदर टेक्स्ट. विच इज द श्लोका वी स्टडीड इट thoroughly till we get the mastery of the meaning and did sadhana of that. अब बोलते हो कि आ जाए रिजल्ट. So therefore, it takes process. Mind's modeling, mind's uh, purification, mind's control and application of it on the truth. Truth itself is very subtle. Mind itself is very fragile or very disturbed or distracted. Chanchalam. The combination of these two takes time. And Bhagavan also is struggling to give us. He is giving us Yoga Darshanam. He is giving us Taittariya. He is giving us Adhyatma Ramayanam. He, like a patient coming to ICU, how the team of all doctors, you know, depending on whatever the case with which the patient came, everybody attends. If accidental case, mano. So the trauma wala comes and he does his job. Artho wala does his job. Then other fellow, the neuro wala comes and sees, koi narrow break hua kya. Everybody attending. You are like that only. Is it not? Yoga Vasishta, sorry, our Adhyatma Ramayanam is coming to our rescue. It's like one doctor. Bhagavatam Dashama, one doctor. Dvadasha, another doctor. Yoga Darshanam, another. How Upanishad? तेलुगु वालों के लिए तो और एक, मुझे तो और एक गीता भी. So they're all trying. We are also trying. And not that we are fastly growing. It is impossible. That is why we are frustrated. Same time, not that nothing is happening. Something is happening. At least we have learned the art of sitting in class regularly. How many people out of millions have got this ability without any complaint, with your own joy? ऐसा है कि नहीं हफ्ते में 2 दिन आ जाओ या महीने में 1 हफ्ता अटेंड करो. हमारे क्लासेस ऐसे नहीं हो रहे. पूरा हर दिन थ्रू आउट द ईयर एवरी डे यू हैव ऑल कम. Who else can do that? So that's a great achievement. Then our simplicity, our sincerity, our faith in the Shastra and Guru, he is growing, whether we thoroughly understood or not. But is that not a great achievement? How many millions are suffering here because of not having a Guru, not having a support of a Shastra? भटकते रह रहे. Observe the world. कितने भटक रहे, दिमाग में भटक रहे, व्यवहार में भटक रहे, लोगों के साथ संबंध में. Everywhere they are lost. We have no support. But we have support of Bhagavatam, Gita, Ramayana. Anytime we can refer and get the answers. For whatever the questions or problems or doubts we have anywhere. और इससे बढ़िया और क्या फायदा होगा? Then the unknown results are what? By being regular, we are invoking or getting so much of punyam, and we are pleasing the Bhagavan and the Guru Parampara, because we are doing every day the prarthanas, we are doing every day the sankalpas, we are doing every day the parayanas, we are every day trying for the chintanam, we are praying to the Guru Parampara. How can any one of them go waste? Imagine. Good. Be on this. So the whole thought today was what for we are seated. Sadhanishta, sadhananishta, and all answers to all small little doubts and questions. So made happen. And this one, we have to also have the bhavana that mera sadhya sadhanishta dud ho jave, sadhana karte हुए सिद्धि को पाऊं. So to the same time, hey Krishna, I am studying your Bhagavata. Hey Narayana, I am studying your Leelas. Hey Rama, I am studying all the prasanga of your travel. Please have your drushti on me too, though I am very, very small and insignificant. Yet, please look at me. And if I am deserving, please bless me. If I am not deserving, please make me deserving and bless me. And what blessing I want is the fulfillment of sadhya and sadhana nishtha. May in my mind, even in dream also, should not be anything else as the goal or the means other than you. You are the goal, the Shastra Adhenam and the sadhana indicated there is the means. May I have crystal clear picture of it, energy and strength and inspiration to follow it and reach. Does me as a sadhaka have a satisfaction, fulfillment? You also, as the blessing, the divine, also have a satisfaction and fulfillment. Let even Shastra also feel fulfillment. Ki one more jiva holding on to me has reached to the ultimate. Because according to us, all the Shastras are the living Shruti Mata only. Mata Saraswati. Therefore, she also feels happy. Yes, one एक बंदा को हमने तार दिया. He studied Shastra, got the Sadhya Nishtha, Sadhana Nishtha, followed Sadhana with Nishtha, and reached the Sadhya and got Nishtha in that. Good. May I continue? Now today also we'll have our 4 programs. Bhagavatam, 12th Skandham, the 5th chapter, few more slokas. Then the 10th Skandham, Raja Muchukunda, Stuti to Bhagavan Krishna. In the 12th one, Shukadevji's the final teachings. Yesterday we have seen half of that sloka. न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योति यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तयो परः. That will complete today. Maybe 1 or 2 more slokas if time permits. Then we'll have our Adhyatma Ramayanam. There we are browsing through Sri Rama teaching entire Kriya Yoga of both Upasana and Yajna Paddhati Lakshmana Swami. Last few slokas we ran through yesterday as offering to Puja Gurudev. We will see them and we may conclude that portion today if possible. Then again Rama in that guilt and glani, dukkha about Sita, and there Hanuman doing that hint to Sugriva. Sugriva sending Vanara Sainya through Hanuman to all places to bring other Vanaras. These are the topics in that 4th Kandam, 4th Sarga of the Kishkinda Kandam. Then we'll have today Sri Lakshmi Nrsimha Ashtotara Shatanamavali Parayanam. Let us start. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryangravavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदीभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादि ऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादि ऋषिभ्यो मत्स्यादि अवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादि भक्तेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। श्री आद्य शंकराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां कृपानुग्रहेण परिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः शास्त्राणां योगानां साधनानां च पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा समस्त विश्वशान्ति विश्वकल्याण विश्वैकता विश्वसामरस्य विश्वप्रगतिप्राप्त्यर्थं तत्कृत कंकणबद्ध समस्त साधकानाम् अस्माकं सहितानां आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यादि क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्यादि श्रद्धाभक्त्यादि समस्त सत्संपदा साधनानामवाप्ति समस्त शक्तीनामवाप्ति द्वारा शत्रुविघ्न बाह्याभ्यंतर निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य द्वादश स्कन्धस्य दशम स्कन्धस्यापि पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ द्वादश स्कन्धः। ओम श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादश स्कन्धः। ओम आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाद्यवसेयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच अत्रानुवर्ण्यते भीक्ष्णं विश्वात्मा भगवान् हरिः यस्य प्रसादजो ब्रह्मा रुद्रः क्रोधसमुद्भवः त्वं तु राजन्मरिष्येति पशुबुद्धिमिमां जहि न जातः प्रागभूतोऽद्य देहवत्वं न नङ्क्षसे न भविष्यसि भूत्वा त्वं पुत्रपौत्रादिरूपवान् बीजाङ्कुरवद्देहादेः व्यतिरिक्तो यथा अनलः स्वप्ने यथा शिरच्छेदं पञ्चत्वाद्यात्मनः स्वयं यस्मात् पश्यति देहस्य तत आत्मा ह्यजो अमरः घटे भिन्ने यथाकाशः आकाशः स्याद् यथा पुरा एवं देहे मृते जीवः ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते पुनः मनः सृजति वै देहान् गुणान् कर्माणि चात्मनः तन्मनः सृजते माया ततो जीवस्य संसृतिः स्नेहाधिष्ठानवर्त्यग्नि संयोगो यावदीयते ततो दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देहकृतो भवः रजःसत्त्वतमो वृत्त्या जायते स विनश्यति न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः एवमात्मानमात्मस्थम् आत्मनैवामृष प्रभो बुद्ध्यानुमानगर्भिण्या वासुदेवानुचिन्तया चोदितो विप्रवाक्येन न त्वां धक्षति तक्षकः मृत्युवो नोपधक्ष्यन्ति मृत्यूना मृत्युमीश्वरम् अहं ब्रह्म परं धाम ब्रह्माहं परमं पदम् एवं समीक्षन्नात्मानम् आत्मन्याधाय निष्कळे दशन्तं तक्षकं पादे लेलिहानं विशाननैः न द्रक्ष्यसि शरीरं च विश्वं च पृथगात्मनः एतत्ते कथितं तात यथात्मा पृष्टवान् नृप हरेर्विश्वात्मनश्चेष्टां किं भूयः श्रोतुमिच्छसि इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे पंचमोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, what a beautiful entire text, every skandha, every chapter, every topic, every avatara, every bhakta and rishi's glory, and every leela. Here the final leela of Sri Shukadevji's, the final teachings to Raja Parikshitu. See, these simple looking 13 shlokas contain everything which you and I have to understand and practice as an Adhyatmika sadhaka to transcend all the samsara of Janma Marana and in between all the dukkha and reach the eternal immutable peaceful, blissful self. So wonderful it is. It's like an Upanishad only, not less than. Like Mandukya has 12 mantras. This also is a 12 mantra plus one. The last one is the only the concluding verse. What else you want to listen? I gave you everything. Now, in the chapter next, we will see Parikshit ji how feels grateful and surrender and pranam. We can't put in words because time bhi kam hai vichara. Means what? The body has to be dropped. That almost Takshaka has reached those all things. But they're very beautiful, by the way. Now, we have seen yesterday, this 7th mantra हो गया, 8वां हम देख रहे हैं. In continuation of the 7th one. What is the 7th one? E example is given how long the flame of the lamp and the functioning of the lamp continues. As long as Sneha, Adhisthana, Varti, Agni, these four are there. So too, as long as the flame called as Jiva Bhava continues in our life, giving all the Sukha Dukkha through all Papa Punya or Punya Papa Karma. As long as those four things are there. In our life also, as long as the Vasana Rupi Tel, oil, Sneha, then Adhisthana Rupi Sthula Sukshma Sharira, then Varti Rupi Aham Vritti, then Agni Rupi Chidabhasa. When they are in combination, so long Jiva Bhava remains. Be clear? Now, second point. When you and I, like this, are living life of Jiva Bhava with all our identity upadhi, what happens to the self? Is that also like this Jiva? Every moment with every experience is born and dying. And this Jiva again entering into the body every time, and that is called as a birth. It's only entry actually, birth. hai nahi. Phir bhi. And when he exits, it is called as death. When this is happening, Jayate Mriyate, what is happening to the Atma at that time? Remember, simple it is. Sharira, Jayate, modifies and Mriyate. Into that Sharira, Jiva comes. Identifying with Jiva, when the body getting modified, he feels all are his own experiences. When the body Mriyate, the Jiva leaves, goes into other. While living in this body, he exerts out all many of his samskara, prarabdha and all, adds new one because he is not aiming at his self. He is only giving value again to the upadhi tadatmya and the world seen through the upadhis. Therefore, he will get added. Then he will go into the other body and he will continue. Body ko kya hua? It will go to the Pancha Mahabhuta. Picture clear. Now, what happens to the self when this is happening? Is it born when the body is born? Is it dying when the body dies? Is it modifying when the body modifies? So, has it entered when the jiva entered, or exiting when the jiva exits? So, now remember, Atman is such a very sublime truth, which is not touched by any one of them. Like the space is so subtle compared to the other four elements, they don't touch it. The wind will not make the Vayu dried up. The fire doesn't, the space dried up. The wind will not dry up the space. So to the fire will not burn the space. Water will not wet it. How many number of dense clouds are there on the sky? Do they wet the Akasha? The Prithvi will not make it heavy or any of the smell. All of them are in the space, but do they touch? No, why? Space is subtler. Good example, no? Good analysis. More subtler than the space is mind. More subtler than the mind is a Paramatma. Therefore, anything is happening to the Jiva who is living at the mind level, anything happening to the Bhumi, Sharira, which has come from Panchamahabhuta, never touch that self. Therefore, the first thing which we have studied yesterday is Na Tatra Atma. Tatra means having permeating the Jiva, permeating the Upadhis, permeating the entire outer world of Shabda Sparsha. All through the Parabrahma Paramatma, Atman is there. Yet, that is called Tatra. Yet, Na means it will not go through the Jayate Mriyate modification. We said yesterday exhaustively, deeply, there is a state of being in us which doesn't go through any change modification. It is kutastam, achalam, dhruvam. That is what are we. We have to reach to that. That will happen when we transcend all these things only in the closed eyed on the seat of meditation. after the millions of attempts, depending on where do we stand. So na tatra atma is explained. Atma tatra eva, but na jayate na mriyate. Everywhere the self is there. There is no place where it's not. But na jayate na mriyate. One thing we saw. Second thing also we exhaustively dealt with. He is there existing. Then how he is known that he is existing? Because of the consciousness. And is this consciousness borrowed from somewhere else? No. Then whose it is? Its own. Therefore, Swayam Jyotihi. Self-effulgent. Jyoti here is to say the knowingness. Knowing is knower, awarer. Therefore, self is existence and self is awareness also. So, see, it's a very interesting thing. Awareness is existing, existence is aware. Awareness is existing, existence is aware. And this is, we always having the habit of seeing the world of objects through the indriyas. We try to either make a form to this concept or make a concept out of it with an intellect. As long as we this way try, self is never experienced. But in thousands of attempts on meditational seat, invoking Guru Bhagavad Kripa, slowly that rigidity or that wrong practice of trying to know the Paramatma as we know the world, when it is dropped, then it just happens. What happens is anubhava happens. There is no object that something is a come, I experience. Nobody can say, I experienced Brahman or Atman. It is not an object. That way experienced, even the experience word doesn't become valid there. It's only being. Even being भी इंग भी नहीं है हो जाए only be. इंग भी नहीं होता, just be. No being, no becoming, no coming, no going, no ings are there. Stationed in that actual ultimate self, you play the play. Like a man, if he stays as man strongly, without compromising, and plays the play of husband or son, as in the case comes and goes, he'll never suffer so much as husband or father, etc. So to a woman, I may be mother or the wife or daughter, sister. They're all conditional expressions. Let me play in them. But I'm an individual, separate from all that, independent of all that. Go in the same way. I'm the infinite self. Staying in that, adhering to that, sticking that, holding on to that, play the play. Clear? So, na tatra atma swayam jyoti. This much we have seen yesterday. Let us do the remaining portion of this shloka. Yaha, this Paramatma is, who is he? Vyakta avyaktayoho paraha. Paraha means untouched by or beyond. Both vyakta and avyakta. See, that Vyakta Avyakta Para, Paramatma only, for the sake of creation, which is his own Leela, or which is a sadhana for the jivas if they rightly use, or a cause of bandhana if they wrongly use it, is expressed as Bhagavan only. Lucky we are studying Taittiriya, all these are just like a child's play for us to understand. So, Vyakta Vyaktayoho Paraha. What we have seen, tat sruštva tadevanupravishatu tasanupravisya sat cha tyat cha abhavatu. Sad is vyaktam, tyat is avyaktam, sad is muhurtam, tyat is amurtam. Then the other things are not said here, there it is said. Satchatya cha bhavatu, niruktam cha aniruktam cha bhavatu, nilayanam cha anilayanam cha bhavatu, विज्ञानं च अभिज्ञानं च भवतु सत्यं च अनृतं च तत् सत्यमेव अभवत्. He only became them, playing the play without himself becoming. The word becoming has different tone in both places. Without changing himself, appearing like that. That is called a vivarta karana. Paramatma is a vivarta karana of the Jagat. In the sense, without himself going even a little iota of modification, without going through any modification, he still appears as the world. without going through any modification. He is always Sat Chidananda Vas. Sat has not become anything other than Sat. Chit has not become anything other than Chit. Ananta or Ananda has not become anything other than it. It remaining as it itself appearing as the whole world. That's called Vivarta Karana. Paramatma is of this Jagat. These are all little sublime things. As we are more desirous of studying Shastra, more respect we have for our Shastra, more devotion we have for our Gurus, more time we give exclusively with the mind purified, these subtle things will be understood. टाइम विल कम फॉर इवन फॉर दैट यहाँ तक ले आए भगवान वहां भी हमको ले जाएंगे ठीक है तो यह व्यक्त अव्यक्त यो हो पर सो वेरी क्लियर व्यक्त मीन्स वट एवर इज पॉसिबली सीन अप टू विद द माइंड लेवल सेंसेस एंड मनो के द्वारा जिसको हम जान सकते हैं ऑल दैट इज व्यक्त सेंसेस और मन के द्वारा जो नहीं जान सकते हैं वो अव्यक्त है So through the senses we see the gross world. Therefore, the one part of the Vyakta Jagat is Jagrada Avastha. Again, through the mind we see another Jagat called as Swapna Avastha. That also seen, understood, we can feel it. Therefore, it's called Vyaktam. तो व्यक्त में स्थूल सूक्ष्म दोनों होते हैं जागृत एंड स्वप्न अव्यक्त में कारण होता है दैट इज निद्रावस्था सुषुप्ति अवस्था where neither Stula nor Sukshma are there, but in that Avyakta, please remember, of the Stula Sukshma, the Bijas are there. That is why it's called Avyakta Avastha. And the whole play is this only. From the Avyakta se Avyakta mein आना, from se Avyakta mein Avyakta mein जाना. गीता में बताया फर्स्ट स्ट्रोक ऑफ लॉर्ड्स टीचिंग इज दिस ओनली अव्यक्त आदीनि भूतानि व्यक्त मध्यानि भारत अव्यक्त निधनानि तत्र का परिदेवना why are you hurried in this play of unmanifest manifest manifest and manifest there is nothing called birth or death that concept of birth death which is so much popularized is causing the death imagine for 50 saal the idea of death is removed from all educational systems give it to ourselves is it not from the unmanifest vasanamaya kosha the manifest sthula sukshma there is shariras and the jiva bhava and the antakaranadi are getting manifest vyavahar ho raha hai then in the nidra they go back to unmanifest then who is Paramatma? He is neither the Vyakta when the Vyakti expression happens in the Sthula Sukshma Rupa, nor is Avyakta in the Bija Avastha when the Bija Avastha is there. He is Paraha. He cannot be called as that also. And in the Avyakta Avastha, the two things are there. One is Avidya of the Paramatma, other is the Vasanas, which will fructify and become Sthula Sukshma. तो परमात्मा में न अविद्या है न वासनाएं हैं न क्या कहते हैं स्थूल सूक्ष्म के कारण बीज है इट इज सम डिफरेंट अनटचेबल सटल थिंग यो व्यक्त अव्यक्त यो हो पर अगेन द होल ड्रामा ऑफ व्यक्त अव्यक्त आर हैपनिंग इन द नॉन एप्रिहेंशन ऑफ द ट्रुथ द रियलिटी like we told exhaustively morning in not knowing the water as water truly we called water as avyakta at one time one place as ocean another place as the vyakta the waves or bubbles etc what is water neither an ocean nor the waves or bubbles it is something different in that only these two are projected cause and effect avyakta and vyakta keep on contemplating on this thought to establish an intellectual understanding that there is a self which is supporting both Vyakta and Vyakta but not becoming any one of them. Like I am in Avyakta Avastha of Nidra. I am my awareness in me, the awareness that me is aware of that Nidra Avastha. Then only I know I had a good sleep of 8 hours, 10 hours. नो स्वामी मैं दिन में सिर्फ 5 ही घंटे सोता हूँ कभी कभी 6 घंटे दिन में कि रात में दिन में फिर रात में वो 10 घंटे दिन में क्यों 5 घंटे 6 घंटे आप 6 घंटे क्लास लेते हो ज्यादा लेते तो ज्यादा सो वी आर अवेयर ऑफ निद्रा अव्यक्त so too that swapna how are we able to remember if the consciousness is not there Please remember that consciousness which was there when the dream happened alone has to be there when the waking happens to report the dream. है कि नहीं? मैं कमरे में गया तो बाहर दूसरे बंदे बोल रहे हैं, बोलो अंदर कमरे में क्या है, ये जमता नहीं। जिसने कमरे में जो है देखा वही बताएगा क्या है। अनलेस nowadays modern technology of cell phone and video is done. उसको छोड़ो। Is it not? If not, you can't have the memory of all. So the conscious self is there in swapna avastha. We are conscious of dream. So to jagrata avastha में सुबह से लेकर रात तक our awareness is very much there. But that's not an object. It's a subject. But we have only one way of knowing, that is by objectifying, and that through upadhis. That too through upadhis. So उपाधि से नहीं मिलने वाला ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, ये सब्जेक्टिव अवेयरनेस. That is why though it is we are not able to be that. That day when we realize and practice, giving up the objectiveness, giving out away the trying to see it outside, then we will find it inside as ourselves. It is not an understanding, it is an experience. So that I am is there. Paraha means what? Neither any one of these three avasthas as touching that one. It is beyond that. Like Akasha is para to all other four elements. So Yaha Vyakta Vyaktayoho Paraha. And we said in the ignorance of that self is only the all Avyakta and Vyakta are manifested. In the Vedantic Bhasha, the Avyakta is called as Avarana. The Vyakta is called as Vikshepa. Taking Vyakto as real and involving in it is called as Aropana. These three put together is Samsara. What Vedanta teaches is self. When the self is apprehended as it is on the seat of meditation, first thing happens is Avarana Bhanga. When the Avarana is not there, how can there be Vikshepa? अव्यक्त ही निकल जाएगा, तो अव्यक्त से जो व्यक्त हुआ वो कहाँ रहेगा? नहीं रहेगा, और रहेगा ही नहीं तो उसको रियलिटी कहाँ से होगा? When the rope is apprehended as rope, the ignorance of rope has gone. Because of the ignorance of rope only, the snake is projected. Our aropa, it is called as vikshepa. Then the snake is taken as real, it is called aropana. The moment the rope is seen as rope, ignorance of rope gone. Then how can there be a thought of snake? How can the snake is given reality when it is not at all there? Think. That is the meaning of yaha vyakta avyaktayoho paraha. That atma. Tatra atma is swayam jyotihi vyakta avyaktayoho paraha. Now while listening to this, as we saw in our 15 minutes of introduction today, therefore that atma which is beyond the gross manifestation and subtle unmanifest, let that be experienced by me as myself. This sadhyanishta should become stronger. Then what is the sadhana? Vyakta avyakta ka pare jana. Avyakta you can't see, but you can know it when it expresses as vyakta. When it is expresses as vyakta, if you live life with intelligence of karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and ashtanga yoga, the avyakta going on expressing as vyakta and getting exhausted, no new avyakta is not created. I am saying avyakta means vasanas. They won't create. Slowly they will be over. लेकिन ना जैसे घर में का जो भी राशन है, खाते जा रहे खाते जा रहे, नया राशन नहीं खरीदा. One day what will happen? Even last grain of rice also will be over. You try it for 1 month. अब नया मत खरीदो. किचन में जो बड़ा है ना 25 बोरी का आटा, 100 बोरी का चावल, 150 बोरी का राजमा था, 100 और 20 बोरी का ये जो भी है, मत खरीदो. You finish all. You are not adding new. In the same way, if we know this is what the sadhana I have to do, and how do we do that? Never do any sankalpa to possess anything of this world. That's why sankalpa prabhavan kaman sarvan tyaktva asheshata. How to do that? When you are desiring abilities, fully focused only to desire to see that self which is Vyakta Avyaktayoho Para. You and I at this practical life of ours cannot be without a desire. Therefore, you can't remove desire. But you can use the desire. जैसे सांप के पॉइजन से भी दवाई बना रहे लोग, है कि नहीं? सांप के पॉइजन से दवाई बन रहा. इन द सेम वे द डिजायर से ही आप अमृत निकाल सकते जो अदरवाइज पॉइजन है. कैसे? when the desire is for only knowing the self. That's called Shubhecha. That's called Prahlada. That's called Nachiketa. That's called Shaunaka Rishi. That's called all Upanishad Rishis. Just what do you want? Do you want something or not? Yes, we want something. Which thing you want? We want only Paramatma. And anything else exclusively. Desire is not eliminated, but is given a direction. That is what that Tulasi Das wife told him. माता रानी कहाँ है? उनके चरण में प्रणाम करना है. She said one thing. Instead of desiring me, half of the desire if you have for Rama, you would have got him long back. Immediately it's like a guru, Daiva Upadesha only to him from her. Immediately he converted his all desire from possessing her to possessing Rama. Became Mahabhakta, Shiva Darshana, Rama Darshana, Hanuman Darshana, everything he had. So if it is possible to one, it is possible to all. So every day, whenever any desire comes, no, not this. I want the Vyakta Vyaktayoho Paraha Atma Anubhuti. That Vyakta Vyaktayoho Paraha kuch der कहकर छोड़ दो. I want Atma Anubhuti. I want Atma Anubhuti. I want. Like a mad crack. Strengthen this Shubhecha. When the desire is stronger, any desire, you can't but without working for it. Which was pushing us when you had desires for outer world. Now we have the desire for Atma, then you can't be without sitting for meditation for hours together. अब उसकी इच्छा नहीं है हमको, इसलिए ध्यान में नहीं कर बैठ रहे. And इच्छा for the world is so much that you are not able to refrain from the world. So another tip we learned today, strengthen the desire to have Atma. Now we are very casual. हाँ गुरु लोग बोल रहे हैं परमात्मा की कृपा हो रही है, जब होना है होएगा, काहे की जल्दी है, होने दो. In this mood, our intellects are there now. From that, have desire. No, it's not casual thing. I'm serious. I want it. And from that, I want it. I want it only, that only, and as soon as possible. When you strengthen that is the people who get that intense vairagya at that moment. Immediately they'll leave everything without even talking to anyone. Go to the Guru Maharaj, Tattu batao, baitho sab karo sadhana, ho jata. That's called Yadahareva Virajet, Tadahareva Pravrajet. Vyuthaya Bhaikshacharyaam Charantaha. All these great higher Upanishadic sentences talk about that. Like Parikshit also. इतना वैराग्य हो गया उनको राज्य के लिए, हर एक चीज के लिए, बस गए वो गंगा तट में सब छोड़कर. Prayopavesh and Tivra Jignasa about Bhagavan. That's why all these 50-60 questions he asked in that earlier portion, the 8th chapter of 2nd or 3rd sarga. He just knew. Then seeing his Jignasa, that Shukadevji the Guru, all 24 avatars he told, with all the leelas, maximum. And in and through that, the yoga abhyas, the bhakti sadhana, the vairagya, the tattva jnana, pura bhar ke de diya. And he received also. We will see in the next chapter. His desire was intense. And his dispassion was complete for the world. That was a sign. Prayopavesh kiya matbal, he has given up every desire. Not desire for Rajyam, nor for the family that इनके लिए मैं जीऊँ. आओ कि इनके लिए क्या है, मेरे अपना साधना करनी है. Many of us think when I am alive, I can take care of my children, grandchildren. That stupid idea we have. And we do like that and we justify also. मैं जी रहा हूँ मेरे फैमिली के लिए. That is why Rajya Shri Damadasya, we are going to see the Raja Muchukunda giving slaps on it to us. How long we are in all these funny concepts. Don't give special importance to anyone. Everyone is Bhagavan's expression. Do seva to them what's required. In that also there are some places where you have to have duties to do. Do them as duty. Full stop. Neither expect anything from them nor get attached to them, then there is no samsara. That art we have to learn. ये अंदर की बात है, ये तो ज्ञान की बात है. इसको फॉलो करने से अंदर रिलीफ मिलेगा. बाहर नाटक जतावत चल रहा है और अच्छी तरह से चलेगा और आनंद से चलेगा. Learn that art, by the way. So natatratma studied, swayam jyoti studied, yaha vyakta avyaktayoho paraha we have tried to study little. So too the panchakoshas are vyakta, beyond that is paramatma avyakta. So too the three dehas sthula sukshma karana are vyakta, paramatma is avyakta. Please remember, the five koshas alone are three dehas. And the jiva living, alive, through these five and koshas or three dehas are the three avasthas, jagra, swapna, sushupta. So in the koshas, it is annamaya kosha. Then in the dehas, stula deha. In the avasthas, it is jagrada avastha. Okay, in the koshas, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya. Okay, the pranamaya तो फिर अन्नमय देखो जागृत अवस्था में बाकी सारे भी रहते हैं but predominantly. The second, third, fourth koshas, and here it's called as Sukshma Deha, is equal to there the Swapna Avastha. So too in five koshas, the Anandamaya kosha is equal to, in the three dehas, it is Karana Deha, is equal to the third Sushupti Avastha in the three Avasthas. That is put it this way, in the each of the Upanishads by those gurus. Through any one of them you can reach. So these three avasthas are Vyakta. The Turiya avastha is Avyakta, Avyakta. The Turiya is beyond that. So to these three dehas fall in the category of Vyakta and Avyakta. Paramatma is Paraha. So to these Panchakoshas are Vyakta, Avyakta. Paramatma is Paraha. He is there. We have to reach to him as our own self. And all the study of Puranas becomes continuously vague, incomplete, without studying Vedanta of the Upanishad. Is it not? In the Puranic Rishi, Guru, there's no time to go into depths of the Vedanta Tattva. He will mention as if it appears that he has mentioned. But question किया जाए तो जवाब नहीं मिलता उधर. But now you see Vedanta when you are studying each of the kosha, then Vijnanamaya kosha, then there the four aspects today we saw. You know, the expression as drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata, then chidavasa, then the chitta, then the satta. How clear it is there. And in the Upanishad also, how by Paramatma's ichha, from him only, the unmanifest name and form got manifested, which is called world. सोकामयता बहुश्याम प्रजा येया जितना और उसमें भाष्य ultimate it is. Therefore, the Upanishadic study only gives correct purport of the Bhagavatadi Purana. And Bhagavatadi Purana will test our Upanishadic study, whether we have studied thoroughly or not. Combination of both of them makes us a complete person in our knowledge. साधना तो करते रहेंगे सिद्धि मिलने तक. So न तत्र आत्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यः व्यक्त अव्यक्तयोः परः. इतना हमने देखा. These are all the Atma Swarupa Vishleshana going on. Na means he is not going through that Jayate Mriyate. Tatra means he is all pervading. Atma is as the self. So as the self has existence. Swayam Jyoti means pure consciousness, self-effulgent. Then Yaha, that Atma is very much there as Paraha, beyond Vyakta Vyaktaha, the gross and subtle manifestation and the unmanifest. That self. Every word, as I told yesterday, like in Upanishads, we have Ashabdam Asparshamarupam or Achedyam Agrahyam Agdro. In that way, the Paramatma Lakshanas are told here. Holding on to the Lakshanas, we reach to that non-objectifiable subjective self. But we have to spend time in meditation. We are doing it because the last time. अब परीक्षित को जाना है, मेरे को तो हमको तो भी नहीं जाना. So let us spend and study. And he understood also in one go. मेरे को नहीं आया, आपको आया होगा. So I am going slow. Okay, yo vyaktaya vyaktayo paraha. Then the next one is akasha iva. Akasha iva is again beautiful explanation of the self. आकाश की तरह सर्वव्यापक है, आकाश की तरह सबको सपोर्ट करता है, आकाश की तरह किसी से भी टच नहीं होता है और आकाश की तरह सूक्ष्म है. So Sukshmam, Sarvavyapakam, Sarvakarta, Karanakarta, and not touched by anything. These are the Lakshanas of Akasha. Akasha Iva means the self also. Like Akasha, infinite. Like the space, Satla. Like the space supports everything. Like the space not touched by anything. Only difference between Akasha and Paramatma is Akasha is Jada and it is Drushya Padartha. It's a concept of intellect. Paramatma is not Jada, is Chaitanya. He is not Drushya, he is that Druk Sarupa behind the Drashta and Drushya expressions. Sakshi Drugeva, not Drushyate. This much. Akasha Eva. Therefore, Akash में जितना आप ध्यान करो उतना वेदांत समझ में आता है. Not Akasha which is in front of you, the entire Akash. As we said yesterday, millions of stars are hanging in that. Galaxies are coming and going. Whatever they call scientifically as a black hole and all, that is space only. Space only. Just imagine, meditate on a bubble and understand the water has come from the space because of the parampara. So from the space only the water came. And when the water was bubbling, the space was entering inside for some time. Pachuk, what gayo? Neither pani nor bubble. What is there? That from where these two have come. The waterness and bubbleness. Where from they came? From the space only. In the same way, millions of galaxies are coming and going in this universe. Every moment. Huge it is. Space. In the same way, in the pure conscious self, millions of worlds are projected and dissolving. Mai akhanda sukham bodhau bahuda vishwavichayaha utpadyante viliyante maya maruta vibhramat. This is called as in the Vivek Chudamani and also Mai eva sakalam jatam Mai sarvam pratishitam Mai sarvam layam yati tad brahma dvayamasmyaham in Kaivalya Upanishad. Like in the infinite ocean, how many waves are coming and dying? In the same way, Mai in me. Who am I? Akhanda Sukha Ambodhi, the unbroken ocean of bliss, the self. In me, Bahuda, uncountable, Vishwavichayaha, the worlds like the waves. In me, the blissful self, like in the ocean, the waves come and go. In me, the blissful infinite self, the waves of worlds are. विश्वविचय विश्व रूपी लहरें मतलब एक एक लहर एक विश्व है यार एक एक विश्व एक लहर जितने विश्व जितने लहर आ रहे हैं लाखों करोड़ों सोटू लाखों करोड़ों विश्व वीची तरंग ये आनंद ब्रह्म स्वरूप समुद्र में आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं उत्पद्यन्ते विलीयन्ते and how the waves come in the water because touched by the winds. When the wind touches, then because of the nature of the water, it takes the shape of wave. And what is the wind which is touching? The conscious Paramatma, from whom the waves of universes are coming and going. Maya Maruta Vibhramat. Because of the Maya Maruta. Maya Rupi Hava Lagne se. As if on the ocean, millions of waves are coming. In the conscious Paramatma, millions universes are coming and going. And the secret is what? All millions of waves come and go only on the surface of the ocean. Go little inside, calm, quiet, undisturbed, infinite waters are there or not? Ocean. So too, in the surface only where we see that the worlds are manifested, touched by Maya. When you go into the depth of consciousness, infinitely that alone is there as unmanifest. That's what Bhagavan says, Padaha asya vishwa bhutani. With one pada, pada means not exactly one quarter, a part of the Lord has become all the universe. Tripada asya amrutam divi, other three pada are in pure conscious self only, not manifested as the world. These are got very mystical. Huh? Only one angle I told you. Therefore, if any other Mahatma you listen, they talk on this Purusha Sukta line in a different way. Don't come and fight with me. उन्होंने वो कहा आपने कहा, and don't fight with him also. The Veda mantras have different levels of meaning depending on those who are able to study as deeply as they can. इसलिए कभी भी शास्त्र के अध्ययन के समय दो गुरुओं को देखकर कंफ्यूज नहीं होना और उनसे नहीं लड़ना. Like what I talk on Gita is my dimag, but what Gurudev talks on, it is his greatness which makes him talk on Gita 100 times, 1,000 times better. Now, if Gurudev talks like that, what must be there in Adi Shankara's mind about Gita? But these are all only acharyas. What must be there in the mind of Vyasa Bhagavan? What must be in Lord Krishna, who is actual giver? Only Krishna jana to samyak. That's why only Krishna knows completely Gita. Others don't know all, but need not know that much Gita jnana which gives me mukti. If I know, that is enough. नहीं घर में 25 केजी चावल है तो सारा खाने की जरूरत नहीं ना. आधा किलो बनाओ चावल, सब घर वाले खा लो, हो गया. So too, every Gita, total Gita is not required for realization. One part, but study. Just like every medicine, कुछ मेडिसिन आधा ले लो तो ठीक हो जाता है. तभी डॉक्टर खुद ही कहते हैं 3 महीने का है, एक महीने ठीक हो गया, अब छोड़ दो. I'm just telling if such question comes. Is that the entire Gita studied then only moksha? No. But the entire Gita, when you study how to get moksha, that essence comes to you. For that, we have to study whole thing. And that essence, each one gets one essence from Gita for his own liberation. किसी को भक्ति का, किसी को योग का, किसी को ज्ञान का, कुछ तो मिल जाएगा. कुछ क्या मतलब बढ़िया वाला. That way. Okay. So न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तयोः परः आकाशैव. Then next one आधारः. Is Adhara, is support. Now remember, the Adhara meaning of Lord being Adhara and the other things we have to little different, we have to understand. Like in many cases, the Adhara stands outside. Is it not? Adheya stands inside. The support is outside, the supported is inside. But in case of Paramatma, it is the other way around. He becomes support of the world, not from being outside, but from within as the self of that. How the mud becomes Adhara of the pot? By being inside the pot as those walls. So to Paramatma आधार बाहर रहकर नहीं होते हो, अंदर आत्मा के रूप में आधार होते. This is the highest आधार. आत्म रूपी आधार is the highest because वो नहीं है तो ये अनात्मा हो जाएगा. अनात्मा is non-existing, not self only. So therefore, this adhara of the Atma as the Atma by being inside everything is actually true Adhar, not the outer Adharas. Thoda subtle again. This some other time I will talk at length. Itna kafi. Akashi vacha Adharaha, then Dhruvaha, Anantaha, Anupamaha. We are left with again 3 more words. I can do it in 5 seconds only. Dhruvaha is unmoving, Anantaha endless. Anupama, it has no Anna and Upma, to Upavas rehta hai. It is not the meaning of Anupama. There is no Upamana to that. Nothing to be compared. These 3 words we study tomorrow and then we go to the next lokas. Okay, just chant 3 times. Na tatratma swayam jyotihi yo vyakta vyaktayoh paraha akasha iva chadharaha dhruvonanto vyayah ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः. Then evam, in this way, Atmanam Atmastam Atmana eva Amrusha Prabho Buddhya Anumana Garvinya. Vasudeva Anuchintaya. This shloka will take 2 days. थोड़ा रुक कर पढ़ेंगे ना, बाकी तो हल्का सा फुल्का सा कर सकते हैं, बट दिस आर ऑल embedded with the whole wisdom of Vedanta. Is a test for me to deeply understand and tell you, for you the test to have patience to listen. When both of us having that passing in the test, communication happens of the jnana. Very important portion. Because I am telling you, it's a big yajna, diksha, 1000 days we are doing. More than that, 1100 दिन हो जाएगा. So let it have a befitting end. Especially the Shuka Parikshit Samvada. Thereafter सूत शौनक संवाद में भी और थोड़ा ज्ञान की बातें चलेंगे, चलता रहेगा वो. Till the 13th chapter is over, then we also have to do our Mahatmyam. तो डोंट से द भगवत जल्दी हो जाए, मैं तो नहीं करूंगा ऐसा. हाँ, इसमें जितना ले लेना उतना टाइम. नेवर माइंड. थैंक यू. सर्वं कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं, पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामा मुञ्चत कर्हिचित्. ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः एकपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः. श्रीशुक उवाच. श्रीमुचुकुन्द उवाच. लेट अस चैंट फ्रॉम वंडरफुल श्लोकास. दिस आर ऑल 49 से पढ़ो. कलेवरेऽस्मिन् घटकुड्य सन्निभे, निरूढमानो नरदेव इत्यहं, वृतो रथे भाष्व पदात्यनीकपैः, गां पर्यटन् स्वागणयन् सुदुर्मदः. प्रमत्तमुच्चैरिति कृत्य चिन्तया, प्रवृद्धलोभं विषयेषु लालसं, त्वमप्रमत्तः सहसाभिपद्यसे, क्षुल्लेलिहानो हिरिवाकुमन्तकः. पुरारथैर्हेम परिष्कृतैश्चरन्, मतङ्गजैर्वानरदेव संज्ञितः. स एव कालेन दुरत्ययेन ते, कलेवरो विट्कृमि भस्म संज्ञितः. निर्जित्य दिक्चक्रमभूतविग्रहः, वरासनस्थः समराजवन्दितः. गृहेषु मैथुन्य सुखेषु योषितां, क्रीडां मृगः पूरुष ईशनीयते. करोति कर्माणि तपः सुनिष्ठितः, निवृत्तभोगस्तदपेक्षया ददतु. पुनश्च भूयेयमहं स्वराडिति, प्रवृद्धतर्षो न सुखाय कल्पते. भवापवर्गो भ्रमतो यदा भवेत्, जनस्य तर्ह्यच्युत सत्समागमः. सत्सङ्गमो यर्हि तदैव सद्गतौ, परावरेशे त्वयि जायते मतिः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Here our Raja Muchukunda teaching us how we have to do introspection, not to glorify ourselves, not to justify whatever the outer world life we are living at the cost of spirituality. Anytime the very holy, sacred word introspection means to discover the non positive and eliminate them, and to discover the positive and enhance them. So, take in a healthy way the definition of or the meaning of the word introspection, then we will not go wrong. So he is teaching us introspection. And then the only way by which we can help ourselves, first of all, nobody can help us. Nobody in the world can free us from misery. Nobody can give us happiness. And you are trying also every day. Everybody is making miserable. But why still we hold on to people? Because if not today, they will give me happiness tomorrow, day after tomorrow. And we are such a beggars. Even a person gives a little smile, you are so happy with that. A beggar को थोड़ा 3 दिन पहले का एक रोटी का टुकड़ा दो, वो खुश हो जाता है कि नहीं? That a third rate life we are living. Therefore, a smile, a little one thing from, we think that is satisfied for us. Otherwise, if they are not giving happiness, tomorrow they will give. In that anticipation, we are holding on to. But the conclusion is what? Nobody can give us happiness. Nobody can give us misery. Our mind thinking that the world can give happiness becomes miserable because world can never give us happiness. This has to be very clear. Then, therefore, conclusion is nobody can help us outside. Then who has to help myself? Me. And what helps me is this introspection. Then only because I'm given intellect, I know what is going through in me. I know what I've done in the past. So taking the data instead of extrospection of worrying about the outer world, trying to change the world, you introspect within yourself. Such a crystal clear like X-ray picture. We know where do we go wrong. And we have the help of Shastra and Guru also. और मजा आता है, पक्का पता चल जाता है हमको कि where are we going wrong because of our misery. What exactly right thing we have to do? We have to become happy. What for we are become miserable? How to become happy? Introspection is the only way. An entire Vedanta Marga is introspection Marga. And its height, the introspection way, we reach to the true self and laugh at our own foolishness, wherein so far for millions of life we have denied the true self and we have accepted the not self, anatma as a self and trying to become happy with that. वो हंसी हमको अपने आप को देखकर आती है in the highest level of introspection. Who am I actually? That's the final introspection. I'm the self, eliminating all. Why am I a fool to attach with the not self and know that it is not self? Why should I be holding on to that ignorance? Drop it. The guts, if you have to drop. The moment you drop, the problems are dropped. And I roar like a lion. I am the self. I don't depend on anything for my existence. I am pure existence. These deha, these all are because of me. I am not because of them. Strengthen this that. किसी कोई मजाल हिम्मत होएगी हमको दुखी करने का. That is the power of introspection, and that power is there only in introspection that is invoked when we do the introspection, and it is a everyday process. Okay, introspection to know where do we go wrong and how to correct it, and what is the right thing we have to do. Sometimes introspection say what negative we are, we come to know. Then if you don't have the right guru and all to guide us, if you don't take the guru, then we go into a sense of guilt and inferiorities. Then they're all samsaric nonsenses. Be genuine there. Like when I go to doctor, he tests me, कोई बीमारी दिखता है तो उसमें क्या फील करने की बात है? Yeah, that disease has come. It may be cancer, it may be leprosy, it can be what to do. You are prarabdham. Why are you worried? You take the treatment. मेरे को क्यों आया ए डिसीज आया बस अब हाउ टू ट्रीट यू फाइंड ऑलरेडी यू हैव डिसीज एंड यू आर एडिंग योर मेंटल इमोशंस टू एनहांस द डिसीज ऑन द अदर हैंड द बॉडी इज टेलिंग मी टू बी केयरफुल आई विल ट्रीट इट एंड आई नो आई एम नॉट द बॉडी इन दिस वे स्ट्रांगली रहो तो बॉडी ठिकाने में आ जाता है बड़े से बड़े बीमारी भी हो ठिकाने में आ जाता है we become emotional and add to the disease of body. If you are strong in your intellect, you add to the medicine of other disease. We only do. हम दवाई को मदद करें बीमारी को दूर करने के लिए या बीमारी को मदद करें दवाई को इनफेक्टिव करने के लिए. It depends on whether you are strong in your intellectual conviction or weak because of your emotions. I'm talking on the subject introspection. Huh? Every day we have to. Don't give others chance to point out. When others point it out, it is an objection and we raise the objection, we feel offended. But when we know ourselves, and then change. Clear? So beautiful topic it is. The introspection training given to us by Muchukunda. Remember, every of the story of Bhagavatam is a guru to us to teach us. If we can take it that way. हर एक गुरु आकर हमको ठीक करके जा रहे हैं। लाइक किसी एक्टर को एक्ट करना है ऑन द स्टेज पे, एवरी ऑफ द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मेकअप पीपल कम एंड मेक हिम रेडी, एवरीवन, है कि नहीं? देयर ऑल देयर। तो फेशियल मेकअप करने वाले होते हैं, बाल को करने वाले अलग होते हैं, कपड़े वाले अलग होते हैं, कॉस्मेटिक्स वाले अलग होते हैं, फिर आभूषण वाले अलग होते हैं। आफ्टर दैट देन उनको मूवमेंट सिखाने वाले अलग होते हैं, फिजिकल मूवमेंट्स, वोकल वॉइस सिखाने वाले अलग होते हैं। एवरीवन कम्स एंड टीचेस हिम, लर्निंग फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ देम ही बिकम्स अ गुड एक्टर ऑन द स्टेज. Not one. In the same way, every of the story of Bhagavata is a teacher to us, a trainer to us. If in that sense we learn the training, we will know the art of living life. The real art in the life is only in discovering the self and getting liberated. Everything is not art. Everything is only on the name of art, we are destroying ourselves. It's all art of destroying, not art of making life. By the way. So we have seen those shlokas. Straight away come to the shloka number 50. Okay. Pramattam uchchaihi. So uchchaihi pramattam. Extremely inadvertent. About the self and about the God. And whenever you are inadvertent about something, you are busy in something else. And what is that? Iti krutya chintaya. With always चिंतो अबाउट ये करना वो करना ये करना वो करना और सब कुछ करना और वो नहीं करना जो करने से कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं होगी. व्हाट ए फनी बीइंग्स वी आर. देखो हम सबको म्यूजियम में लगाना, अब इतना बड़ा म्यूजियम नहीं है इसलिए पूरा दुनिया ही एक म्यूजियम है. Where all these samples are kept up. And what is our speciality? The common speciality is what? Everyone paying everything as busy except Paramatma. And the special speciality is that each one is caught up in their own choice. This is the museum. कॉमन सब में क्या है? सबने भगवान को छोड़ दी. और अनकॉमन क्या है? भगवान को छोड़ने के लिए एक एक बंदे एक एक में फंस गया. दैट फंसना मीन्स इति कृत्य चिंता. इति कृत्य मतलब ये करना ही है मुझे, ये पाना है मुझे, वह जाना ही है. Non-spiritual people take these worldly things as iti krutyam. Those who study Vedas and all, they take going to the Swarga Loka, going to the Brahma Loka as the goal, or for that I have to do this yajna, this upasana, in this type of iti krutya chinta they are in. And while doing so, prabattam, inadvertent. About the actual thing, Paramatma. It is about us only. See the introspection. Uchchai pramattam iti krutya chintaya. Good idiom, no? Good way of saying it. Extremely inadvertent for the spiritual evolution because of too much involved in so many things as compulsions. And see our funniness. That's what he's going to say in the fourth line. 50 साल 55 हो गए 60 हो गए 65 हो गए 70 हो गए 75 80 तुसी 68 85 90. देखो दुनिया को हम छोड़ने से छूटता है, हम नहीं छोड़े तो वो नहीं छोड़ेगा. And you do not leave the world, you just hold on to God. Like we said, change the desire from that to this in our earlier text. Here also, iti krutya. छोड़ो मत करने की काम को, बस ये जो व्यवहार में इसको पाने के लिए जो कर रहे थे, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट परमात्मा को पाने के लिए साधना करना है वो करना. So there changed the desire, here changed the action. Naturally, the desire is of the world. In the world, all iti krutya will be there of the worldly pursuits. But when the desire is of Paramatma, then iti krutya will be adhyatmic sadhana only. Change it. You need not be lazy. You need not be, no. Be active. But goal be this. And towards this, be active. So, pramachamuttai uchchai pramattam uchchai riti krutya chintaya. Second line, pravruddha lobham. And this greed is a funny thing. Only two types of things by which the world's all prospects and poverty depends. When the whole world is greed based, then the entire world will destroy each other. When the whole world is need based, there's no problem in the world because all our needs are effortlessly fulfilled by the Lord. And the greeds, all gods, if at all there are many, put together also cannot fulfill even of one person. कोई बंदा लोभी है, उस एक बंदे के लोभत्व को पूर्ण सारे देवता मिलकर भी पूर्ण नहीं कर सकते. अब हर जगह बंदा लोभी है तो nobody can fulfill. But just make it a need-based life. Greed is an aberration in our antakarana. All kama krodha, they are the aberrations only, vikaras. This is the lobha. Kama krodha lobha. प्रवृत्त लोभ देखो कुछ मिला तो नो कंटेनमेंट और चाहिए और वो भी मिला नो कंट और भी चाहिए और भी चाहिए और भी चाहिए गुरुदेव uses for this a word morist want more morist like your dentist the chemist the cardiologist here is a morist good one no pravruddha lobha he is talking about himself. Up to this, I had my kingdom, but I wanted more to expand. What with that king I got? और कुछ और पूरा पूरा दुनिया को कॉन्कर कर ली तो लाइक दिस अलेक्जेंडर दिस हिटलर्स द लाइक दिस नाउ चाइनीज पीपल और अमेरिकन दे वांट टू कॉन्कर मून दे कॉन्कर मार्स एवरीवेयर हमारा होना चाहिए प्रवृत्त लोभ हाउ डेंजरस इट इज फॉर एवरीथिंग लोभ लोग ने प्यार दिया और चाहिए और कितना देगा वो भी उसको और काम धंधा नहीं है क्या पीपल गिव अस टाइम और आई वांट दे हेल्प अस और वी वांट मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ जिंदगी अपने लिए जो चाहिए खुद करो इवन एन आयोटा आल्सो डोंट आस्क फॉर अदर्स बिकॉज योर तपस्या विल बी ईटन अवे बाय देम ऑन whom you depend because of लोभ कर ही रहे थोड़ा सा तपस्या और उसको बिखेर रहे हैं by depending on others दैट इज वानप्रस्थ आश्रम में किसी पे डिपेंड नहीं होना so that your tapasya energy is saved punyam is saved for your sannyas ashram and sadhana इसलिए खुद ही सब कर लो in grahastha ashram mutual help giving and take I'm just explaining lobha for this thing that thing oh pravruddha lobha next one what ki vishayeshu lalasam and vishaya lalasa lobha is with regard to the money and the objects lalasa is to indulge in the objects which are bought with the money और भी लालसा देखो 10 आइसक्रीम खाए 11वां ही नॉट से कि नहीं चाहिए ही से शाम को खाऊंगा दैट्स कॉल्ड लालसा या कल खाऊंगा या ये हो गया दूसरा वेराइटी दो यू अंडरस्टूड विषय लालसा लोभ is the wealth aspect vishaya is that things which are bought with that wealth lalasa see all these are the things in which iti krutya chinta se have become so inadvertent too उच्चैः प्रमत्तम् इति कृत्य चिन्तया प्रवृद्ध लोभः विशेषु लालसम लोभम विशेषु लालसम that me I was pramatta in these three things विषय लालसा प्रवृद्ध लोभ then iti krutya chinta in these three I was uchchai pramatta but oh Lord you are not pramatta you are apramatta you are alert and in your alertness what you have done सहसा अभिपद्य से धीरे 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 आप आगे मेरे सामने किस रूप में आए हैं अंत कहा लाइक मृत्यु के रूप में एंड मुझे झड़प लिया ले लिया बस खा लिया एग्जाम्पल इज क्षुत ले लिहाना अहि इव आखुम क्षुत ले लिहाना मीन्स हंगर से अपने जिह्वा को इधर इधर हिलाने वाले सांप वो उस चूहे को देखता है कैसे हड़क से पकड़ लेता है सो टू द लॉर्ड द काला रूप सर्प अपने जिह्वा को हिलाते हुए चूहे की तरह हमको आकर निगल लेता है एंड चूहा इज व्हाट विशेषु लालसा चूहा इज व्हाट प्रवृद्ध लोभः चूहा इज ऑलवेज इन द टेंशन ऑफ इति कृत्य चिंता these two examples are very cute for the lord as kala the sarpa example for you and I as a jiva the rat you just see the rat how it runs here and there and very alert about कहां से जाकर क्या खाना क्या लेना इति कृत्य चिंता उसको इतना दिखता है that is why in English parlance they call it as rat race right word they have used rat so even English वाले को पता है कि यहाँ भी वो चूहे का एग्जाम्पल दिया and that's why Ganapati to remove all the vignas he makes the rat as his vehicle what the meaning of rat making vehicle means the chanchala mana is controlled that lot of symbolism again some other day So Kshut Leli Hanaha Akhu Iva Antakaha. Ahi Iva Akhum. Ahi is the serpent, nominative. Akhum is accusative case. Like the snake eats away the rat, you the Kala Sarpa, Sahasa, you just to come, Abhipadya say you consume us. हाँ, आप में अपने ही घर के लोग शरीर जोड़ के जा रहे, your own very close people, and we think we are permanent, and we are in this प्रमत्तता, फिर भी इति कृत्य चिंता, ये करो वो करे, ये पाए वो पावे, इसको एंजॉय करे उसको बढ़ावे, still we are doing that, suddenly will be consumed by the काला सर्प. आप कितना भी रोना और 1 घंटा दो 2 घंटे दो, 1 सेकंड भी नहीं मिलता वहां, खत्म, गए निकल बॉडी से, डेड ओनली. The all other fools they think that by doing it to the body, but जीवा तो गया वास, but ठीक है उनको this respect, they contact that jiva through the body, therefore there is a tradition that body has to be respectfully given its farewell. That is why all shastrokta vidhi done to us, and that fellow also is attached to the body even though he leaves. Therefore उसके सामने इसको फिनिश करने से थोड़ा उसको अकल आके डिटैच होएगा अगले जन्म के लिए, करके सब करते respectfully burnt. Respect is for the jiva. Respect given to the body is to make the jiva happy who is looking at his body, and burnt is to show that अरे बेवकूफ ये जलाएगा, इससे कैसे फंस रहे हो तुम्हारे जन्म में. Respectfully and burnt, अच्छी बात है कि नहीं? है ना, जोर से झटका धीरे से लगा, ऐसे कुछ कहते हैं हिंदी में. This is what the introspection. It is about us only. And time and moments, opportunities going on, going. This moment is an opportunity. Used for God, used. Nahi to gaya. Next moment, again opportunity. Every moment. If not encouraged, then we are inadvertent. Pramada. We have to introspect it. This is what we have to understand, feel that sense of urgency, commit ourselves for only spirituality. या एक और श्लोक देखते हैं कि वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग वन. पुरा, पुरा मीन्स अब तक या पास्ट में, रथैः on the chariots, hema parishkrutaihi, on which the asanas everything are made of gold, when the golden ornaments also, hema parishkrutaihi charan. So as a huge king, I was in a big chariot, everything of the chariot is made of gold, I was also having ornaments, everything golden. So like that, hema parishkrut is very rich. तो हेम परिष्कृत ही चरण रथ ही चरण पुरा, उसके ऊपर चल रहा था मैं. उसके बाद क्या हुआ, मतंग जहिर्वा, or on the huge elephants. And that time Naradeva Sangnitaha. I was called as the Lord of Human, called as a king by everyone. इतना जय जयकार होता था मेरा, महा गाना. So Naradeva Sangnitaha, Saha Eva, that me alone. Me means that which body we call as me. That Sharira, Saha Eva, that body alone. Kalena Duratena te. By your expression called as Kala, O Lord, which nobody can escape by that Kala. What is happening to this body, which was called as a king, which was moving everywhere on the elephants, which was moving on the chariots made out of the gold? इन सबका क्या हो रहा है फाइनली, स एव कालेन दुरत्येन ते कलेवरः. दिस बॉडी विट कृमि भस्म संज्ञितः. संज्ञितः मीन्स इट इज जस्ट विल बी नेम्ड ओनली विट कृमि भस्म. जला दिया तो भस्म हो गया, छोड़ दिया तो कृमि कीटक खा लेते हैं, उसको दफना दिया तो विट बन जाता है. विट मीन्स द मैन्योर. इट्स अ मैन्योर इन द अर्थ और द ईटेबल टू द कृमिस, और जला दो तो वो भस्म हो. दिस बॉडी आइडेंटिफाइंग विद विच आई थॉट आई एम ए किंग एंड ऑल. देखो देखो, शेक हो रहा है कि नहीं, अंदर होना चाहिए. If our mind intellect doesn't shake while listening these things, means we are not listening, we are sleeping. They have to shake, and all the possible fears and sweating first should come to us. Then from that, the wisdom should come. Because after the heat, the light comes. When you contemplate. Therefore, not even a moment given for the propitiation of the body or any of the senses or any personality. Every moment I have to dedicate only for discovering the Lord in me. He is called साधक. अब ये पार्ट हो गया अभी. अब आगे बढ़ेंगे तो हम भूल जाते हैं इसको. Again we become casual. Like when a very critical case is there, we go to ICU, get admitted, and suffer and come back. एक 10 दिन में ठीक हो गए. Again we become casual regarding our life. That is called pramada inadvertence. एक बार सीख लिया, जिंदगी भर के लिए सीख लेना. Is not this point very important? The topic, without being inadvertent, knowing every moment, like the snake, I am a rat, the Lord is consuming me, and this body also is eaten away or burnt. How can I do the things only for it? It's only an abode for me to stay. And to stay, you have to pay the rent, the twice a day food. बाकी समय पूरा तपाना है इस शरीर को, और इस शरीर के द्वारा हम खुद को तपस्या करना है शरीर में बैठकर. That's what you are doing in attending the classes. But its help is only up to this, but which is not sufficient. More, much more, much more. I am a jiva in this body, I am staying, and my goal is to reach myself. As long as I am in this body, my only pursuit is to know the self. Any other thing I don't value. And everything in our life is related to us from this body only. Mother and father, because they gave the body, brothers, etc., because they are born from the same womb. All others are related to us only through blood relation or something physical only. So you need not be worried. देह ही मैंने हूँ, तो उन सब से मेरे को क्या लेना देना? Be clear about it. I am a jiva working out my sadhana. And look at others also as jiva, and जीव को केवल अध्यात्मिक का सहाय आपको करना है. And nobody wants to take spiritual help. Everybody wants money help. Everybody wants physical helps. They want to be strong in their own body identity. Anyway, when we are serious, sincere in our life sadhana, Bhagavan removes all those people away from our life who try to pull us down to Dehosmi level. ये कृपा हो जाएगी उनकी. When we are simple, unassuming, childlike, sincere, regular, dedicated, Shraddha-yukta, surrender, when we have, no, Bhagavan takes care of us. 90% he only does for us. Just 10% हमको कर. Beautiful it is. May we all go through that experience very soon. So tomorrow we will see Nirjitya Karoti Bhavapavarga Manye Mamanugraha. The next day 3 more. So maybe 1, 2, 3 days it will take for this chapter. ये तो तत्व का विषय है, कंटेम्पलेशन है, इंट्रोस्पेक्शन है, टू डिस्कवर वेयर डू वी गो रॉन्ग एंड ऑल. तो इज इट नॉट वर्दी स्पेंडिंग टाइम? देख लो, मुझे तो लग रहा है, इसलिए मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ. नहीं है स्वामी जी पाठ करके छोड़ देते हैं. आई एम नॉट ए ग्रंथ, वी आर ग्रंथी नहीं, ग्रंथी को तोड़ने वाले. ग्रंथी मीन्स ग्रंथ पढ़ता है, और ग्रंथी को तोड़ने वाला गुरु होता है. इन ऑल पंजाब, ऑल गुरुद्वारा में संत लोग बैठे रहते हैं, ग्रंथी कहते हैं उनको. सो दे आर पाठ करते, दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी डिवाइन वाइब्रेशन, नो डाउट. हमको सिर्फ ग्रंथ नहीं पढ़ना ग्रंथी की तरह, हमको तो उसके अर्थ द्वारा हृदय ग्रंथि को दूर करना है. सो दैट रिक्वायर्स कॉन्टेम्पलेशन. We are doing it. Thank you. Sarvam Krishnarpanamom Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamada Purnamivavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantaryom Sri Gurubhyo Paramashibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatriyam Tatsat Brahmarpranam Bhurvosa Pranayapana Vyanadan Om Nilamega Shyama Krishna Nitya Jagan Mohana Krishna Balago Pala Krishna Bhavya Mangalam Venugana Lola Krishna Ve Danta Vedya Krishna Navaneeta Chora Krishna Nitya Bhakta Janadhara Krishna Parama Dayavardhi Krishna Mukti Sandhayaka Krishna Murti Mangalam Gita Amrutadata Krishna Parama Yogisha Krishna Partha Bharati Rupa Krishna Sarva Mangalam Mangalam Gurjano Brahmadino Brahmalokadini. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेद व्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. Thank you friends for giving me this chance. हे परमात्मा, अतिशीघ्र ही वैराग्य मिले, जिज्ञासा बढ़ जाए, तत्व का साधन शोधन करे और हमको तत्व अनुभव हो जाए. Thank God we are regularly studying, therefore we are in touch with that goal परमात्मा. नहीं है तो भटकते रहेंगे दुनिया में. बड़े बड़े लोग बाहर से देखने में खुश मिजाज में कंफर्टेबल लगते हैं, but inside the jiva in them is so disturbed, frustrated, because what they think as goal is not the goal, and what is the goal they don't know. Big officers, multimillionaires, prime minister, presidents, they all are lost only because not knowing the goal. Luckily, by regular study, slowly that sadhya, sadhana nishtha is happening in us. This is सबसे बड़ा लेन है. Biggest gain in English, lane in Hindi. Thank you.